think this is it. Yeah, it's yours.
Oh, thanks. That's because I wrote, going for a wee, be right back on it, that it's mine.
No, it's because if you look at the front.
Yeah.
It says Sarah's
Oh, no, front, it says it's my pad, so it's got to be my pad. I think you've been using this, though, because there's hardly any paper in it.
I have not.
I hope you haven't.
I haven't.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, what's it doing now?
What are you doing now?
Oh, my God. What is going on? I'm on the little thing, everybody.
Because it started.
The little thing.
Slight technical issue.
I'm on the little thing. Tell them what this is.
It's a tablet.
It's a tablet. Never had one of these.
It's like a big phone. It's just like a big phone that can't make phone calls.
Can't it?
No.
Oh, I'm on it anyway.
I could have got one that could make phone calls, but nah.
So I was trying to put high tone. I've put utility. So I've changed it. Oi! Tony, I was being very kind to you then. I can't do capitals and I can't do punctuation tonight. So it is going to look like a ramble. Ha ha!
Might be resorting to smoke signals at this rate.
Huh? Oh, my. It's in the room.
Hello, everybody. That sounded a little bit Jack and Nori. Hello.
Oh, serial killer.
So, a little bit of column B.
I got sleeves tonight, look.
Yeah.
My sleeves. Got proper sleeves in it.
Apparently, I mean, I am not obscuring.
No, my arm's in.
Yeah, your arm's definitely in.
My arm's in. Bit of hair there, look. Dyed my hair tonight.
I've not got a foot
Just
fatter.
a little bit. Oh, we are, Mick. I'm so excited.
Okay, so Mick the Machine has super chatted. Glad to see you both back, guys. Looking forward to this weekend's fun and games. Okay, so today's ramble subject. Well, there isn't a ramble subject. A bit of a ramble about what we've been doing since we were last on the tubes. Then there's going to need to be some Q's and some A's. Plenty of Q's to elicit the A's. Otherwise, it's going to be quite a short ramble.
Okay, stick them in Discord. Live streams, stick them in there and I'll weed them out. I'm really looking forward to this weekend, I have to say. I would not finish showing them my hair. Look, coloured my hair specially today for Crimson Conflux.
So for those who don't know, this weekend is our first AOS narrative event at Sanctuary Games in Sutton. The Crimson Conflux.
Oh, yes.
And so there's much a buzz at the moment and
lots of food.
Getting things ready.
Lots of nice food. I've done the food order. The most important thing, that's in the bag, ready to pick up. Sorted.
Yep. So we've been, you've been sorting out all the logistics. I've been writing the missions. Sorry, not missions, battle plans. And the story. It's all written. I say all written. It's like 97% written. There's just a little bit left to do.
Can I just interject?
You may.
Well, anyway, you know me. I was just being polite. But Mick, that is a good question. Now everything is almost ready. Everything is almost finalised and everything. I'm going to send a final agenda out either tomorrow. Well, yeah, probably tomorrow or Thursday. I'm going to send an agenda out and I'm going to do that so that everybody knows what time everything's kicking off. We are going down, though there's been a few questions about it. We are going down to Sanctuary on Friday evening, but we're going down to sort out tables.
Yeah, we're going down to set up, so we're not.
Yeah, so we're going. If anybody wants to go in for a game, that's totally up to you. But we're going to be quite busy.
But you need to sort that out with Sanctuary, totally independently of
just
what we're doing.
There's like an offers of help is amazing. Thank you so much, and I'm sure that I will be taking you up on it on the day. Because my arm, I'm not sure about my arm.
The ligaments are still torn.
Still torn, funnily enough. I thought give it a week, you know what I mean?
Gun.
I thought I'd be all right.
Sorted.
But the arm still remains in my pocket a lot of the time. So, yeah. So thank you for that. But yeah, we are going down to do tables, but we're literally going down to do that and coming back, aren't we?
Yeah. Because there's lots of other things to do. There's laminating, getting the goat ready. We've got to have a sacrificial goat. So we've had a members chat from Joe PT. Evening all, just had to pause the battery up with Gambit for this. Really enjoying it so far. Good. Glad you're enjoying it.
Libby.
Hello.
Who's Libby?
I do not know.
Oh, hello, Libby.
I possibly should know, but I don't know. So what else has gone on? So it was my birthday the other week, and we went down. I had a surprise party at Sanctuary Games, which was
we did. It was absolutely speechless. Can I just say, everybody that was sort of involved in that did a really good job of keeping it super quiet. And he was sat with his back to the window as well, so he couldn't see everybody coming in. I think he must have thought I got a nervous tick because I kept like smiling at random people that Paul thought were random people.
She does that anyway. Nothing unusual was going on.
So yeah. But you was speechless and very touched, weren't you?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so thank you everybody that came. It was fun.
And on the same day, I took delivery from James March from March of War Studios of my Fire Slayers. James has been painting them for the channel for quite a while now. It's a big army. It's about 5,000 points.
They were super cool though.
So they are amazing. We'll be doing an army overview video of those, and going to do a little campaign with them to get them onto the channel. And James is going to be playing the opposition, who are the Nighthaunt. So super looking forward to that. Super looking forward to that. And I guess it got some great presents, some cards, and yeah, it was awesome. And thank you very much to everyone who came and for the organising by the Crimson. I do have my cufflinks on. Look at these. These were from Crimson for my birthday.
Just so he just doesn't forget, doesn't forget who's in charge. I mean, it's you, obviously. Yeah. I'm just behind the scenes, behind every great man and all that.
Where was I going next?
You were talking about the Crimson Conflux. I was saying that we would send out an agenda this week, probably tomorrow. And that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah. So what else has been happening in my hobby world?
Oh, thank you. Fast Panda.
So that's the Claw.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Good.
I love Alan. It's one of my favourites.
He's called the Claw.
I love the Claw, Alan. I love you, Alan the Claw.
He's going to have to change his name now.
He's not. Why?
He's going to have to disappear. He needs to be sort of incognito.
There's no way that the Claw would not be recognised everywhere he went. Famous.
Yes, indeed.
He's got it. Some of us have got it.
So what else have we been doing hobby-wise? So painted a few things for the Siege of Excelsis. Been painting some Stormcast and building some artillery. I've got a little bit stalled on that though, because I've been massively getting into Star Wars Legion over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Had a few games whilst I was off with the Claw and Storm Shroud from Fast Panda, and I've got a rough semblance of knowledge of the rules now, and only 4 armies so far. I've only collected 4 armies in the last 4 weeks. Only 4, yeah, just the 4. Oh no, it's actually 6. Just the 6. Although there are only 7, so percentage-wise, I'm doing all right. I've not over. I've not. Yeah.
And
so
it looks like we've been burgled. It's so tidy.
Well,
I honestly thought that you'd been burgled in the hallway.
I tidied one room in the house.
But it was the room you came into. I was really worried.
Which you then filled with tents and stuff. So I've got my meeting up with the Claw in a couple of weeks. Week and a bit, something like that. Anyway, not very long. I'm going to attempt our first bat rep with Star Wars Legion. Super excited to see how that goes. With the strange dice, with the dice that don't have numbers on them, they have little symbols. Of course, the first thing I've done is work out the probability of each number on the dice and then equate it to a roll and a d6. So I know that a
weirdo.
Yeah. So I need to do. I need to know. So, the probability of success is this. It helps with the tactical decisions, you see. Why have I rolled all these dice and I've not hit anything? It's because they're 8-sided dice and I've only got 1 hit on them. That's why.
Any plans for hobby vlogs on the channel? Says Mike. Sorry, Wolf Koge. So impersonal.
Yes and no. I haven't stopped doing hobby vlogs as what?
If you don't keep your legs still, it's wobbling my tablet.
It's hurting my spine, keeping my legs still.
Okay. I need to move then. Okay.
Hang on. Logistical readjustment. How's that?
It's all right.
Doesn't look like it's all right. Looks like you're in agony now.
It's okay. It's all right.
All right.
It's fine. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Any plans for hobby vlogs on the channel?
So, although I have stopped doing them, I haven't stopped doing them. So, whenever I'm hobbying and I feel all enthusiastic and energetic about it, I pick up the phone, I point it at the hobbying I'm doing, and I press the button and I record it. And then after a while, I go, that's quite a bit. Then I edit them together and call that hobby vlog and post that onto the YouTubes. I haven't had the energy to do it for quite a long time. So it's not that I've actually stopped doing them. It's just that I haven't done one. Which the net result might be similar, but it doesn't mean I'm not doing them ever again. It just means that it needs me to be in the right frame of mind, and I've not been for quite a while. And if I force myself to do them, then what I actually do is make it less likely I'm a hobby, because then I feel like I have to do it, and that then is an additional psychological brick in the wall of not doing anything and just staring at a beige wall all day, which did happen for a good chunk of one of my holiday days. So it's not that I'm not doing them, it's just that I haven't done one. Sarcastic Monkey, member for 8 months. Spine wins over wobbly tablet.
Are you the wobbly tablet police? Because how does he know that?
It would seem so.
out to see him in his uniform.
Wobbly tablet uniform. I
Mm.
don't know.
Mm.
No, I don't know if that's the sound a wobbly tablet makes, but that's what I'm
You
like.
sound like a wave balloon, whatever they're called.
A web?
A wave balloon?
A wave balloon? No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay, it's all right. It's the kids' thing.
What else? What else has happened topic-wise? We might need to go to the questions quite early on. You know, I'm running low of random ramble.
Okay then. Oh, let's get ready. Hang on a second. It just takes me a little minute now. Just
no, it's okay. Tony's popped something on there that I can read out.
Oh, I'm just a little bit behind, so yeah, I'm buffering.
I can do that if you want.
Do that.
Okay, right. Tony says, I know you've been ploughing into iOS, but what's your current views on 10th? Right. This is where it gets... This is
serious.
No, this is where I have to concentrate.
Just remember the fine. Just remember the fine.
No, I can't say. I can't work out what bits of my brain are telling me what. So I'm not really. What can I say? I am looking forward to it. Quite a bit. All the stuff that I've read that has been previewed on Warhammer Community, apart from the one that I already had a rant to you guys about saving throws. I like pretty much everything I've seen, which is good. I'm looking forward to a 40k that is easier to pick up and play. Yes, I am. You have jogged my memory though of something else to talk about. So the first, the bat rep I filmed with Gambit quite a few weeks ago now. I think. What did you say?
I said don't forget Gambit.
Oh right. Sorry, I didn't realise you were thinking of that video.
All right.
But it was you saying Gambit that made me think, oh yes, I can mention the video with Gambit. Mm-hmm. So that bat rep went live, and that has been going incredibly well. In fact, I can just look at the thing now. It's up to 3,000 views after the first day and 3 hours, which is 8 times more than the AOS videos, which on the one hand, I'm pleased people are enjoying the 40k stuff. I'm so sad that the AOS doesn't get as much love. But that was a really good bat rep with Gambit. We had a lot of fun doing that, and I'm looking forward to peppering in some games of 40k with the AOS and the Star Wars Legion. It's going to get mixed up quite a bit, I think, which might mean what I do is I slow down the AOS Siege of Excelsis, so I don't just plow all that out, and I space it out with other things, which gives me more time to paint all the AOS armies that need to be involved in that, because there are 3 armies I have to paint. Yeah, 3 armies I've got to paint, and lots of odds and sods. So yeah, that was a fun bat rep, and I saw that, and I realised why. Deathwing. I can see why they're popular in the tournament scene. You can't kill them, but I wonder how well you'll be able to kill them in however long time. In 10th ed, that's what I mean.
Okay, are you ready?
Why did you keep getting adverts?
Because it keeps logging me out.
Oh.
And then I have to wait to log back in, and so on, and so on, and so on.
Have you tried not logging it out?
It just did it itself.
Hmm.
I did not do it. I
Bad
was not
tablet.
there. I did not do it. Oh, I'm back on. Okay, then. So, how do you keep it? So, Cadfile Relic Hunter says, how do you keep a cat off your hobby chair? It's not a metaphor. Not a metaphor.
Now there are two ways of doing this. Well, there's three really. There's three ways of doing this.
Sit on it.
No,
sit on the chair. The
don't
cat
be
can't get on
mean.
it. I'm not. Oh, that's not on camera.
No,
That just looked weird.
it just looked weird. She's snapping my braces for it to look to some kind of, I don't know, territory peeing kind of move.
What?
But yeah, that's the metaphorical equivalent of peeing in the garden to mark your dominance.
Please.
No, we've got a toilet. I don't want you peeing in the garden. So yeah, there are two ways of getting there are three ways. The first two, get rid of the cat. The second one, get rid of the chair. They're two surefire ways of stopping the cat. Pardon?
I'm joking. Go on.
9 what?
Get off the cat. Get rid of the chair.
Get rid of the cat, get rid of the chair. The other is to have two chairs. So you have one chair where you're sat, because the cat likes your scent, and the cat wants to have it gets comforted by your smell.
Bottom.
Presumably by the farts. I don't know. By the lingering ass signature that sits on your hobby chair.
That's just you.
Well, it might well be. But the cats like it. So you have two chairs next to each other. You turn up to the hobby space. The cat is sat in one. You pull it back. You move it to the side. You slide the other chair in. Exactly the same principle as playing fetch with a dog with two tennis balls. You have to throw another one to get it to drop the one it's catching. Two chairs. I think I answered that perfectly.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Have you done any plans for Necromunda on the channel?
Where's that? No, I haven't. Any plans for Necromunda on the channel? No, nothing just yet. At some point, Necromunda. I would probably think I want to do Warcry before Necromunda, I think. But that's just my penchant for AOS at the moment. I'm not ruling anything out, but I'm not ruling anything in. Nothing out, nothing in. Sort of hokey cokey.
Are you shaking it all about? Okay.
Moving on.
Bannershed Pest 11, ignoring all the real world business stuff that kept them out. When would Old World turned into Age of Sigmar? Do Tomb Kings have a place in the world of Age of Sigmar? Sorry, I'm reading two screens. I do apologise.
Okay, so I think the crux of the question is: do the armies that were killed off from Fantasy Battle have a place in Age of Sigmar?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes and no. I don't think GW have an ethos anymore to kick stuff out. They've run with they've run with reusing Fantasy Battle minis into AOS. There's certainly plenty of narrative scope within AOS for new races to appear. Indeed, new races have appeared. That would be no different. I am still clinging to the hope that the Chaos Dwarves will make some appearance in Age of Sigmar, because I absolutely adored my old White Dwarf Presents Chaos Dwarves book, which I obviously still have, although I sold the minis when I was on my uppers, so I don't have those anymore. So I don't think there's anything that keeps them out of AOS from that perspective. They can all be written back in. So Tomb Kings, Wood Elves, Bretonnians, High Elves. Well, are Lumineth Realm Lords High Elves? They're close enough to High Elves to be the evolution into High Elves. They could introduce anything. And a couple of years ago, I would have said they possibly might. But now I imagine they will put more efforts into bringing those armies back into Warhammer Fantasy, back into Warhammer Old World, because Old World is going to be a thing. They will potentially, from a business point of view, get more traction by putting those in that game system. I don't know if that will that lead to a slowing of new minis in AOS. It might well do. It might well do. Might we see fewer? What will be very interesting is to see what happens to AOS with Old World in play. I love AOS. I absolutely hated it at first, but that's because it was just the thing that killed off Warhammer Fantasy Warhammer Fantasy Battle. It's like if your mate at work gets fired, the person who replaces them, it isn't their fault, but you don't like him because they got rid of your mate. They replaced your mate. Absolutely love AOS and the lore and the narrative. It's really rich. So I hope not. But I think they will. I think they are more likely to bring those factions back in Fantasy Battle rather than into Sigmar.
Mick says, I don't have room for a second chair. I relocate the car.
And that's why his forearms are a bloody tattered mess.
What hat? Put the hat on.
Possibly that hat.
Oh, the hat. Okay.
Can't reach. Too fat to move.
Oh dear. Tony says, I think that just a general perspective for the size of both communities, the AOS content is great. Keep it up. It's just the player bases.
This is true.
Okay, are you ready to go to Discord again? Okay.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute, where was I? Sarcastic Monkey says, what Primarch, in your opinion, is represented the worst in the community, as in portrayed badly by the memes and public opinion?
Magnus the Red. People get very excited over did Magnus do anything wrong, because Magnus did a lot of stuff wrong, but he also did a lot of stuff right, and he also had a lot of good intentions. And a lot of people say Magnus did either everything or nothing wrong just to troll other people. So, yeah, totally Magnus. I mean, Gilliman gets a hard time for being pretty vanilla. But yeah, people slag off Magnus a lot. But it is like many things. Like, you can tell it's good lore for a system when you have to say it's actually a bit more nuanced than that. And that's true of Warhammer lore. It's true of Star Wars lore. I'm looking at my wall now. It's true of aliens.
Magnus did nothing wrong.
It's true of predators. It's true of the occupants of the city of Rapture. It's true of Keelan and Chicane, the bloody-handed god. Oh, they do quite a lot wrong, especially with the young prince. It's not pleasant for them. A lot goes wrong in Blackstone Fortress. Yeah. Eject!
Oh.
Rude things.
Pardon?
Don't do... Oh, good, you didn't.
I'm not looking at it again. I already paid twice.
That's how I get all my members.
Yeah, because I'm
Crimson has to set up new accounts.
Yeah. And then I could do something about it, but I'm like, oh, do you know what? I have no idea what to do. Let's leave it. So Merv says, Tomb Kings have been confirmed as part of the core old world narrative with new rules at launch.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
I'm trying to work out if I knew that. Yes, I knew that. I knew that. Yes.
And Mick really likes Gulliman. Think he's a great character.
He also said I'm easy to kidnap. Sorry, difficult to kidnap. Then he deleted it.
Did he?
Yeah, he totally did.
That is so funny. You should have left it on.
Wolf Corgi, member for 21 months, has commented, poor Schrodinger, his cat is sat on both chairs. Yeah. Schrodinger's cat could be on both chairs, but then if you spin them, the cat falls out the gap. But lands on its feet.
Isn't that like abuse?
Yeah.
Cat abuse.
Well, you'd have to ask Schrodinger. I don't know.
Okay.
Mint the Machine says, can you shout at my Sarah, please? She's asleep.
After 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Are you doing it as well?
No, you're doing it.
All right then. Sarah, wake up! We're on air! Did that work? The mic was very close to my mouth. I could have burst somebody's eardrum. Is she awake?
I doubt it. I don't know.
Oh, do that. She'll probably smash me in the face next time she sees me.
She's now awake, apparently.
Really? You do surprise me. What's she doing sleeping through this anyway? Who could sleep through this?
I try my best.
Magnificent.
Still no sponsorship deal.
Okay. So Sarcastic Monkey says, what would your choices be for Poster Child, Astartes, Chapter, and Traitor Legion? If you agree with GW's choice, elaborate, please.
What would my... Okay. I think there's one missed. I think you've missed one. You go back to that.
I'm random. I'm random
okay.
tonight.
What would your choices be for Poster Child, Astartes Chapter, and Traitor Legion? Poster Child, Astartes Chapter, Blood Angels. Because they're red and it's the best colour. And that's what colour I painted my Space Marines when I was 15. So it's Blood Angels. I also think I don't know, the fact that they are inclined to get close to the enemy and fight them makes them seem a bit more heroic. Ignoring the murdering and drinking of blood of the peasantry. He's seen glossing over that. The greater good. And I think Poster Child, I'd have to say the Black Legion, because you could argue the Loyalists, there are a number of poster children options, and kind of part of it's just your favourite colour. Because of the way the majority of them stay fairly close to the Codex Astartes. They are they're much of a muchness, whereas the Traitor Legions are pretty diverse. You couldn't call, or I wouldn't choose to call the Alpha Legion a poster child because of the sneaky ambivalence. Equally, the Night Lords, they kind of don't worship chaos, depending on how degenerated a particular warband is. Word bearers possibly, but they're just pretty fanatical. And then you've got the legions that are very specific to each god. So you couldn't, for example, have the World Eaters being typical of all Chaos Marines. You wouldn't say they are they're typical. So Black Legion are the ones who are most generic, broadest appeal. And I think that's what you want when you're looking for poster children is broad appeal. Broad appeal, ruler cool. Yeah. So yeah, Blood Angels and Black Legion. That's what I would say.
I'm just going through the questions on Discord, and I think I missed one. Oh, did we do this one? I just want to double check. This is Aaron582 says, would you ever make a showcase video?
We did that one.
Did we? Yeah. And what did you say? Because I can't remember.
I have made some in the past.
You? Yeah. All right. Okay. I can't remember that.
Well, I think possibly someone asked me what a showcase video was.
All right. Okay. Because I can't remember that one.
Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah. I have done showcase videos in the past, and I would do more of them. They take some sorting out and some filming and excuse me, and they aren't. I told you I'm trying to sleep. And they aren't bat reps, and bat reps mostly what I want to produce and what people want to see, and I am in the doing what I want to do mode at the moment, have been for quite some time. So I'm not doing them, but yeah.
Okay, so Immortan Joe says, if you could only play one faction from each Grand Alliance, Chaos Order, Death, and Destruction, what would they be? And if you could only play one of each Chaos Imperial and Xenos faction for 40k, what would they be? It's a good question.
Okay, so AOS. Chaos would be Slave to Darkness. Not sort of generic chaos, but more, I'd say, mainstream. Whilst a lot of the stories get written about individual, so smaller groups or god-specific groups, they are the glue behind everything. And Archaon, what a ledge. Order, Stormcast Eternals, no question. I love the Stormcast lore. It's Stormcast. Death, probably. Excuse me. Probably Soulblight Gravelords. I see them as being the sort of ubiquitous death group. And the likes of Nighthaunt and Flesh Eater Courts being a bit more peripheral. You could argue that Ossiarch Bone Reapers are a massive thing in their own right, and you could choose either Ossiarch Bone Reapers or Soulblight Gravelords. Well, Soulblight Gravelords, you can sell. That's quite right. You could take a couple of allied units in there anyway, mix it up a little bit. So I would probably say Soulblight Gravelords and Destruction. Destruction's tougher. There's no one standout faction. Probably either Gloomspite Gits for just the crazy fun, or Sons of Behemat for similar reasons. Actually, they're kind of fun as well. Probably Gloomspite Gits because you can take Gargants and Gloomspite Gits, get a little bit of both worlds. I could only play one each of Chaos, Imperial, and Xenos faction in 40k. What would they be? At the moment, I'm leaning towards Night Lords for Chaos. Imperial. Guard. They're just so ubiquitous, and you can do a lot of different things with them.
Ready?
I haven't quite finished the question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's quite all right. I'm just trying to work out what Xenos faction it would be. You would get different answers at different periods of my hobby history. It's a close choice between Orcs, Eldar, Tyranids, and all the others. Yeah, one of those. Copping out. Next.
Okay. So the next question is from, just want to make sure, from The Claw.
From The Claw?
Alan.
The Claw.
On the myriad of
I
words.
don't know an Alan.
Why do you keep saying his name? Stop it. Are you ready? I'm waking you up. Ready?
Yeah, why not?
On the myriad of worlds, planetary governors have unlimited power, and we all know that what that leads to. So why don't more fail to corruption, general corruption, not chaos? They are sitting on the sidelines, what nothing to do with us, kind of thing. Just human greed, weakness, etc.
Well, you see, I think that describes the majority of imperial worlds. They have a very nothing to do with us kind of approach. Generally, the governors are fairly feckless and hereditary and incompetent.
Have we suddenly jumped onto MPs?
We have not.
Okay, just checking.
And the reason the Imperium still functions is they have tides and repercussions. If a planetary governor is what we would describe as corrupt, as long as they supply the Imperium, the material, the tides to the Imperial Guard, and all such things, the Imperium keeps working. So you're probably looking at a good half of them. They are corrupt from that point of view. And as soon as they become unfunctional or of limited value to the Imperium, that's what the Officio Assassinorum is for. Pink. Get rid.
Okay, Mick the Machine says, do you think AOS will ever achieve the same level of following that 40k has?
No, sadly.
Computer says no.
Computer says no. The 40k IP is... It struck the right chord at the right time. There aren't many intellectual properties that are entirely unique that have become massive in the last 20 years. If you think of a lot of the really big ones, discounting Warhammer, Star Wars, and Star Wars. No, I mean things like Harry Potter, The Matrix, Indiana Jones, topical. A lot of the Marvel stuff, the DC things, they are all built upon IP that really struck a chord with people at a certain point in time. There is probably a lot of really good, unique IP stuff coming out now that, had it been released 30 years ago, would have had a huge following sweep it along. So I think 40k was in the right place at the right time and has grown accordingly. AOS, I don't know. Hit me.
Okay. So Aaron582 says, what factions in 10th do you think will get a single model and full release range refreshers?
Oh, well, I can't think my way through every faction. Well, the Marines aren't going to get a single model refresh. They are going to get loads, as are Tyranids. Yeah. See what I did there? I think Chaos will get single model. Chaos Marines will get single model. Tau probably the same. Drakari probably the same. I think Craftworld Eldar will get a refresh. Orcs, I'd say, might get quite a refresh. At least, yeah, I'll say what I think and what they deserve from an objective point of view, not a financial point of view. Are two different things. Sisters will just get the odd model, I reckon. Necrons will probably just get a couple of models. I don't think any of the knights will get a big refresh. Necrons probably not. G-Steel Cults probably not. I've run out of things for that.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, this is just a quick one from Mick. He's saying, can we suggest a new Discord name for Kieran other than Little Mick? That's so funny. Little Mick. That sounds a bit too much like Little Mix, though, to be fair. As he's outgrown his current name. Let's think of a name. Let's have a poll. What could he be called? Any ideas, anyone? Although I'm not logged in, as you can see, so you'll have to, because the thing I'm using is updating.
What?
So yeah, stupid thing. So what could we call him?
Kieran the Machine.
Mini Machine.
Kieran the Machine.
Kieran the Machine. Mini Digger.
We got Mick the Machine, Kieran the Machine.
No, I don't think he'd want to be called that. We'll have a think. Should we have a think? We'll have a naming ceremony on Sunday. We'll do a whip round. We'll do a poll. I can make charity money out of oat me. Seriously. I'm joking. But we will have a poll. Anyway, leave it with us. And then we'll have the unveiling of the name on Sunday. What do you reckon? What have you got your head in your hands for? Oh, I know you think you didn't like me. Okay, so Sarcastic Monkey says, does the fact that the drinking of the blood by blood angels is ignored wildly because it's for the greater good?
No, I think it's mainly because the people who get their blood drunk are dead.
Indicates how
no witnesses.
And he also says, would you be interested in Exodites?
That depends how they do them. I was very interested in squats. Then.
And what flavour of space pixie would taste best when grilled to perfection?
Is that Moog?
No, it's not. It's Sarcastic Monkey. It's not Moog.
Depends if they did Exodites.
It's Colin here. Call, Gambit. Call. Hello.
In theory, I'd love Exodites. I've always wanted Exodites, but seeing how gamey squats were when they were introduced, that's why all my squats are still in the boxes. I do like that. They're Micro Machine.
Just I can't see his other message on the chat because I'm still updating, but just read the Discord one from Gambit.
Which Discord? Oh, there's loads.
Down at the bottom. I've done those. I've only got one left down at the bottom.
Apart from my bath question that I raised directly on YouTube.
I didn't see the bath question, but I can only imagine it's the little demonette.
My question is that with all the new Primaris Marines and their various roles, do you think GW will explain how chapters are now organised as per an updated Codex Astartes? No, I don't. I like the new range, but really struggle to see how chapters are now effectively organised into fighting forces. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they will. I think they steer away from anything that suggests how you should build your armies these days.
Okay. Oh, sorry, sorry, said a rude word.
Two.
I didn't, did I?
Two, yeah.
Did I?
You said bugger, and then you said, oh shit.
You're eating my wine gums.
They heard you. The microphone's just like here.
Sorry. Did a swear word. I can't see those questions, so if they're already in there, it's over to you. My wine gums.
Right. No, just stab me. I can do that.
I did my finger. Yeah.
Okay. Go back a bit. Now Walsh asks, taking the Skaven Vanguard box set, what would you add to expand to 1,000 points? What would I add to expand to 1,000 points? I'll have to look at what's in the Skaven thingy. What's it? This might take me a minute. Questions that require research. I mean, man. What?
Oh, I've
scrolled back up to try and find other stuff. Right. Fisher, Refine, Grand Alliance of Chaos, Skaven. Making me work for this one. It's a Vanguard Skaven box. Right. Well, that appears to have a Grey Seer, 20 Clan Rats, 3 Storm Vermin, and a Warp Cannon. Well, in the portrait. There's clearly not enough Clan Rats there. I'd probably want, I don't know how many points that is. Maybe off the top of my head, it looks like about 500, maybe 600. I'd probably want another 20 or so Clan Rats minimum. There's a lot of Clan Skyry stuff, so I probably want a Warlock, and some weapons teams to go in the Clan Rat units. And maybe some Storm Vermin to look after the Grey Seer. Yeah, probably something like that. But I haven't got time to work out a list. Sorry. My question is it okay to watch this stream while taking a bath, asking for a friend?
Going in bath! Cole. Was he in the bath? Were you really in the bath, Cole? I've got lots of images in my head now.
None of them good.
None of them we want to share.
Paul, rumored Epic return. Any thoughts? I was playing when Epic was around, but it's a game I never played. I would be curious to see it and what they did with it. I do like the idea of fielding massive armies and tank companies season, playing 40k on a massive. Right,
I can do those. Or unless have you got if you got it up, you do it because
see
I'm
it.
just getting back into the tablet.
Okay.
The 80th time.
What is more likely to drive Gilliman insane? Writing a Primaris update to the Codex or removing the God Emperor cult? He'd never achieve removing the God Emperor cult. He would probably really enjoy the therapeutic holiday of updating the Codex Astartes compared to everything else he has to do. Is keeping a record of what you've painted? Smith Machine asks, is keeping a record of what you've painted in a year a good idea, or will it make me cry New Year's Eve when I see how much I've spent over the course of the year? Yeah, both are true. Both are true. Looks like people are having problems with the signal.
Really?
Yeah.
Not me.
But we are getting towards wrap up time now, so maybe signal degradation is a good reason to start to wrap up.
It's just I am sat here for the first time in a long time, totally useless because I can't get on anything.
Well, we're at an hour.
Are they fed up with us yet?
Apparently, it says it's seeming okay now, but we've done all the questions from Discord. We've done all the questions from the stream. So that alone suggests to me it's a good time to wrap up.
I don't know. I got them all.
Okay.
I can't say.
Right then. First of all,
Mick the Machine.
Thank you to Crimson for struggling on amidst technical issues.
I've been absolutely rubbish tonight.
You have not. Mick the Machine super chatted. Thank you, Mick.
I've got these.
Members who used the. Oh, right. Okay. You should.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Joe PT, 29 months, used his membership chat. Sarcastic Monkey, 8 months. Is that really right? 8 months. Is that all it is? I'm sure we've been putting up. I'm sure you've been on here longer than that. I'm just getting me 1 month. 31 months.
Nearly 3 years.
Gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Anyway, I'm doing the agenda. I know it's all I'm talking about. People are absolutely sick of hearing me talk about it. But I'm doing the agenda and I will send it out tomorrow. And so you'll have got it and know roughly what's happening.
The ones that we already talked about, the dates, the times that we already.
Yeah, that we've already worked.
Yeah.
Well, now everything's done. I just need to know that all of those timings work, and then we're good to go. But we've done a bit. It shouldn't take us too long because we've done a bit of a rundown, haven't we? So I think we due to start just off at the top of my head on Saturday. I think we said 9:30, didn't we?
I think we've said registration starts at 9:30.
9:30 to start at 10 o'clock. So registration at 9:30. All your packs and your goodies and all that stuff. So that's just for Saturday morning. That's all.
Okay, but those of you who that affects will be getting an email.
You will.
And on that note, thank you again to Crimson for all the admin-y goodage and putting up with
Oh, don't forget Paul Fest. Shout out for Paul Fest. We've got to do that. September.
Okay. Do you want to do it?
I can't remember the date. Mick, put the date in.
16th.
All I know it's the September. The 16th?
I think it's the 16th.
I think it's the 16th,
It's the 16th.
but I can't be sure. 16th. So Paul Fest. Looking forward to that. So we'll just be getting over this, and then we'll all meet again. I love it. I do. I'll get very excited. Very excitable.
And on that note, thank you all for joining us this evening, and we will see